we got here the disposable toilet brush kit they sent to us so we could show it to you. And this is really, I use something similar to this, not this particular brand, but I've been using something similar to this for quite a while now. And I really like the toilet brush kit because it has the little disposable pads on the end that you can just toss away. You don't have to put your hands anywhere close to the toilet. You just use the little wand here and just put the little disposable pads on the end and just like pop them off into the trash, and then you're done, and you just move on and don't even have to touch anything. It's really, really nice. And so this is going to be really nice too. And it says that you got this little wall mounted caddy here, and the little handle, and then the little brush pads, and it comes with 48 pads in this little 3-in-1 starter kit here. So we're going to see what all's in here and get going with this. So it's got all these little, these are the little pads, and you can see they have the little loop hook on the end there that goes onto the little thing that protrudes out there. You're going to pop that out at the end there, and that's going to grab a hold of the little loop on the pads there. I'll show you here when we get this all set up there, but there's the handle. It comes in 2 pieces, and that end just pops onto the handle there. There's the little sticky pads to hang it on the wall or the edge of the tub or the toilet or something like that. The little caddy here. There's the little sticky pads there to hang it if you want to hang it. And work is one of these goes on the back of the caddy here, and one of these goes on the wall, and then you can see that one of these, this just slips into that piece right there, and the piece that goes on the wall, and the piece that goes on the caddy, and then this just slips right straight down into that little slot right there. So imagine that's on the wall, and imagine that one's on the caddy, and then just boom, just slips down on there so that this is just hanging on the wall or the tub or wherever you've got a smooth surface to hang that on and stuff. And then this is where, this hole right here is where the little pads go in there. Imagine that we take them out of the little container here, and then just boom, 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 just put them in there. And then when you need one, you just like take your little wand and you just boom, put that right in there. Oh, and then you just like store your little, store your wand right in there. Haha, how about that? When you're storing it, and then when you're done, you need it, you just pull that out of there, and then that pops open, and you put your little pad on there. Okay, scrubby on the one side there, and we'll see how it fits up under the rim. What I'm really curious about is how it gets up under the rim of the toilet there and stuff, so we'll see how that does. Okay, well, the toilet's not very dirty because I did just scrub it yesterday, I think it was, maybe the day before, but anyway, so we got this on here, and I'll just show you here. You can see that little round thing there just grabs a hold of that little thing right there. That little thing just goes right through there. So I'm just going to do that. Oh, got it. Ta-da! Now we're just going to go over to the toilet and see how that does up under the rim. And it does say it's good for stains. I don't know if it'll get it the first time, but I do have a stain way back in the bottom. I'll show you here. I don't know if you can see back down in there. See that brown spot way back in there? It's rust, I think. It's been there like forever and ever and ever. And no matter how much I scrub, it just stays there forever and ever and ever. So see, you can see I put it in the water. You can see all the blue coming and stuff, but I don't know over time if that will eventually get some of that. It says it's good for hard water stains and other kinds of stains and stuff, but well, look at that. Look at how it's pulled some of that out of there already. Look at that. I have not been able to get that out of there, and just that little bit of scrubbing I did there, you can see some of that debris in the water already. So hey, how about that? That's impressive, because that has not come out of there before with the other toilet brush that I was using before. So, well, that was like barely any effort at all. So, okay, now that, I did not expect to be that impressed with that. And you can see there's kind of a little bit of a water line, if you can see right in there. Maybe over time that will come out too. That little bit of water line right there under the, see how it has a little bit of a it will rotate because it's on a little hinge there, so it actually can get up under the rim. That's pretty good. I like that. Look at all that debris there. I'm actually impressed with that. It got some of that rustiness out of the bottom back in there that it has not gotten for, I don't know, we've lived here for what, 2.5, 3 years, something like that, and that has gotten some of that crud back in there. Look at that. Well, This little water line right here isn't coming immediately, but it might over time. Okay, well, it gets under the rim nicely, and it is safe, they said, for septic systems, because this cleaning solution in here is safe for septic systems. That's in the pad here, and the pad itself is biodegradable, so you don't want to flush it or anything. But when you throw it away, it is a biodegradable pad. So when you want to release it, you just release with that little button into the trash, which we'll do here in a second. And it's good. It's okay if you have porcelain or ceramic or plastic toilet, so it'll be safe for any of that. I have this cute little trash can. I'll show you. Just push that little button right there, ta-da, and it just opens up. And what I usually do is just kind of push out any excess moisture so that I don't get any little droplets across my everything there. And then you just push this little release button here, and then that will fall off into the trash can. And then I don't have to touch anything gross. How about that? And then we'll flush the toilet, and then hopefully all those little crudlets, the little rust crudlets, will go away. And maybe back in there, it'll look a little bit less. Yeah, there's still some back there, but it looks like maybe it's a little bit less cruddy back in there. And if I do it again next time I clean the toilet, maybe there'll be less of that rust back in there. So yeah, good stuff. Wow, I'm pretty impressed with that. So yeah, good stuff. Thanks for sending that. Awesome.